You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for? The boy is mine.
Are you ready? Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Top 3. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's The Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into the Gary Parrish Show. It's Tuesday. I'm Lang Whitaker. I'm sitting in for GP all week. GP's on vacation or something. Who knows? So I'm here all week. I got Bennett Doyle with me. I got Kyra directing. And we're going to go through tons of stuff this week, get you through your week, and get you one step closer to back to school in September, which is the cutoff date Bennett and I are both looking forward to, which means our kids have stuff to do.
September? You mean August, bro?
Whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, we're going back in like 2 weeks.
I'm living day to day at this point. It's been a long summer.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get there. We're going to talk a little bit about this whole Memphis Big 12 situation that's been going on since yesterday morning. Kind of story broke after you guys finished the GP show. So we'll talk about that some. John Roser is going to come in and join us. We'll talk some NBA. And then we got 5 more things. We got the takeout. We got a bunch of other stuff to get to. But that's it. So we're going to get into it today. And we're going to start with this story about Memphis and the Big 12, which sort of been brewing for a while. The whole, is Memphis in or out of the AAC? I'm sorry, no longer the AAC. Now just the A, I guess we call it?
Yeah, the American. Get it right.
What is it now?
It's just the American.
Just the American.
Yeah, that's it. Simple, to the point.
Like the George Clooney movie.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
They should just use that movie.
Led by Soar, our new mascot.
Yeah.
Put some respect
is
on
that
his name. Yeah, his name's Soar. He's an eagle.
S-O-R-E?
Yeah, he's a buff eagle.
S-O-R-E.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Get
as like
used to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how many conferences have mascots? The SEC doesn't.
I
don't think.
Do any conferences have? Do any of the big conferences have mascots?
I don't think the Big Ten has a mascot.
I think they just rely on their brands mascots, right? Like their famous.
The SEC
brands.
mascots, Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah, I mean it's their team's mascots that they put front and center.
It'd be like the NBA having a mascot.
I think the AAC is, or whatever it's called, is so embarrassed for their teams they don't want to put their mascots out there. Maybe that's it.
Anyway, yeah. So the news broke yesterday that University of Memphis was trying to get into the Big 12. Ross Dellinger had a tweet that in the most lucrative membership proposal in college sports history, Memphis has made a $200 million offer to join the Big 12. For now, it does not have enough support, but potentially sets a standard for all future expansion, which I'm not sure if that's true, because how could that be the standard? It didn't work. Mm-hmm. It says like this sets the standard for, well, so I guess the standard is you got to offer more than that. I don't know.
It was such a weird day yesterday. So like the report comes out, I guess around noon because it was when Vernon and them were on, and I saw it pop up, and so you get it from Ross Dellinger, and the first thing you see is there's like the graphic. This is before like his story came. Yeah. At first it was just like the graphic on, I think it was on 3, and it was like Memphis has made the most lucrative membership proposal in college sports history. And it was like, oh, let's go. Like, are we about to go to the... And then minutes later, you get like but the Big 12 declined it. Like Brett McMurphy said...
McMurphy immediately pooped on it.
Yeah, he came out and said the Big 12's not interested in adding Memphis, despite the school offering $250 million in sponsorship to the league. And so it was obviously a massive letdown. Memphis's proposal to the Big 12, basically the summary of it, included taking zero distribution for the final 5 years of the Big 12's TV deal with ESPN and Fox, providing the Big 12 with sponsorships in excess of $150 million over 5 years, and being subject to expulsion after 2030-31 if Big 12 deems that the Tigers are not adding any value to the conference. So that's a pretty huge offer.
Seems like it, right?
Yeah, like my first reaction to it was this is demoralizing. First, that the report even got out there, the fact that it didn't happen. I mean, that sucked, right? Because then you just get people all over the country clowning on Memphis. Look at them trying to buy their way in a league that doesn't even want them. Like, you know, so you had a lot of that yesterday, which really sucked.
I mean, it's sort of true. When they tried to buy their way into the Big 12, the Big 12 said no, which sucks. But like, I mean, that is kind of what happened.
Yeah, no, that is exactly what happened.
I think it's dumb of the Big 12, but whatever.
I think it's dumb of the Big 12 too, but at the same time, like, what are you going to do? It's just, it kind of is what it is right now. I think that door, he said, because people were hanging on to, in Ross's report at the end of it, he says, you know, for now, right?
Yeah.
And I saw people hanging on to that. I mean, are
they going to offer more?
I think that this thing with the Big 12 is done, man. This is like the third time circling back to this. They just turned down this massive offer. I think it's safe to say that the Memphis Big 12 discussion is officially over after this yesterday. That's kind of what I took away from the whole thing, that you're not getting on the Big 12. It's probably time to look elsewhere if possible. That's kind of how I feel about the whole thing.
The University of Memphis put out a statement after all this stuff happened. Parth had this tweet that the University of Memphis is aware of the recent conversations regarding our potential inclusion in the Big 12. Potential inclusion. While those discussions did not ultimately move in our favor, our university and Memphis athletics are stronger than ever, and we look forward to continuing to strengthen our position nationally. The school also put out a tweet of saying how much they enjoy being in the American Conference.
Well, I think they were bullied into that, because all that, that's the funny thing too. That's the funny little like deal about how yesterday went down, because earlier in the morning you had this, and this just made it even worse. My God, the American rebrand yesterday.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Gross. Like, everything about that was so stupid and embarrassing. Basically, the American Conference, they've changed they're not the AAC anymore. They're just the American. They've rebranded with this brand new mascot, Soar, the eagle. And they're retiring the names of the American Athletic Conference and the AAC in place of the American Conference, or American. The renaming comes with the creation of various rebranding concepts, including a new mascot, Soar the Eagle. So that comes out. That's super embarrassing. And then you get this Big 12 stuff, and you're excited for like a couple seconds, and then it gets completely shot down. And so it was just a bunch of piling on yesterday, and it just... I want to be careful. You don't
have to be. Gary's not here. You're not going to get in trouble.
So all the other schools in the American Conference put out like that tweet that said, what was it?
I don't know.
What was the tweet?
Stronger than ever. Or
something like that,
yeah.
right? And it was all the same though, across the board. The tweet was, and there was 3 schools I believe that didn't tweet it out. It was Memphis, Tulane, I think USF maybe.
Yeah.
And then you saw it later in the day, like Memphis tweeted it out, and some other schools. So what?
I mean, in a vacuum, though, like the rebrand from the AAC to the American, I think that's actually not a terrible idea. Like the AAC is kind of a crummy name for a conference because it's the ACC is the one your brain goes to. Like I'm looking at it from the outside, like not having been here for, I just moved here 7 years ago. So I think ACC, the big, you have your Power 4, whatever it is, and AAC just feels like we're close. We're not quite there. The American sounds cooler.
Not to me. Anyways, back to the Big 12. I'm done talking about the American. Back to the Big 12. I would give anything to get out of this conference. I've said it 5,000 times on this show. But back to the Big 12 stuff. I do want to give tremendous credit to the people over at the University of Memphis.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a massive offer. And again, I'm shocked that the Big 12 would turn that down. I think there's a lot of factors that play into that.
What are they?
We could. Well, I mean, I think one, and we could spend a ton of time on this. I mean, I think right now there's a perception issue with the city of Memphis, just in general, which that's a deeper conversation. I mean, you saw the headlines over the weekend. I just think that. I think right now Memphis has a bit of a perception issue.
I don't think that's.
I'll put that out there.
I hear you. I don't think that's why they would turn it down. Though it might have played part of it, but I don't think that's why.
Okay.
I mean, that's $200 million. That's a lot of money.
Right. So why didn't they take it?
Because they're dumb. That's why they're the
Big 12's dumb.
Yeah.
Then why do we want to be in their conference?
Because it's still better than the AAC or the American or Soar the Eagle or whatever it's called. I mean, look, if you're Memphis, you want to level up, right? You want to be in a better conference than the American. The Big 12 is better than the American.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that they, Ed Scott, Bill Hargrave, they're clearly trying. And
sure.
I saw someone put this out there yesterday, which I completely agree with. Memphis knows how big of a deal this is with where conference realignment is going. They are clearly seeing the writing on the wall, which is we are closer than ever to these super leagues where it's going to be the haves and the have-nots of specifically college football, basketball too. But I think that where it's going, you're going to see obviously the Big Ten and the SEC. We'll see what happens with the ACC, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of joining of forces somewhere. I mean, I think that you're going to see 3 to 4 massive leagues, and everybody else is just on the outside looking in, as basically a glorified D2, right?
So part of this is also going to be how the college playoff discussion ends up, right? Because there's multiple. The Big Ten has one proposal, the SEC has another one. As far as expansion for the college football playoff, because the SEC wants there not to be number of bids per conference, and the Big Ten wants automatic bids per conference. If the SEC method works out, you would think maybe down the road that would be more beneficial for a team in the American Conference or somewhere else, because it's not promised, that you have this many teams. But I think all that's crazy. Eli Drinkwitz last week at SEC Media Day proposed a 30-team playoff. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's all over the place. And however all that ends out, I mean, that's kind of what all these teams are fighting for right now is positioning for that. I know Memphis, historically is a basketball power, more so than football, longer term, right? They've been to, 3 Final Fours? But they haven't been able to kind of get out of this cycle the last 10 years of being stuck in this below. They're on the outside looking in. I have a conspiracy thought I just came up with too. Do you think they knew, Ed Scott and Hargrave, do you think they knew the Big 12, no matter what, wasn't going to expand? So you leak, we're going to offer them $200 million, $250 million. Oh, they don't want us. All right, well, we tried.
Oh, and you're saying that maybe the other conference. Oh, no. I don't think they wanted this to get out at all. I mean, like I said, dude, it's kind of embarrassing. Like,
I don't think it is because but you came out of this saying like, hey, credit to the school, credit to the you know
for
what I mean?
Sure,
like,
but I mean, look how bad Memphis is getting clowned on right now all over the country because of this. I'm just saying, it is what it is, but it's true. Like just Google Memphis right now and conference realignment. Yeah, they're getting clowned right now.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. But again, they're doing everything they can to try to get somewhere else. And, you know, you just look at like what's next for them. I would obviously offer this exact same package to the ACC. You know, if that's, I don't think that, I'm not sure they're interested either.
What about Pac-12?
Well, they turned down the Pac-12 offer, right?
But maybe that's your next move.
Maybe that's something that you revisit.
And you put basketball and the other sports in
the Big East?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it suggested. It sounds good. It sounds good, but I don't know. I don't know if that's feasible. I've always stood on too. I like being in the same conference for all sports. I do. I think there's value in that. I don't love the idea of some of our big brands playing in one league and some playing in the other. I think it creates rivalries when you have.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
When you play the same schools all the time.
Yeah, in different sports. I just think that there's some value in that. Now, again, I would rather be in the Pac-12 and the Big East than be in the American. Like, I'm fine. If it means getting out of the American, then fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm totally cool with that. But it's clearly a blow, right? Yesterday was tough news.
So what's the next? What do we do next?
I think go to the ACC and make them say no. Yeah. And then I would, again, me and GP have talked about it a ton. I would revisit the Pac-12 thing. You know, you look at the Pac-12 and I think it was about the revenue sharing when all the conference commissioners met recently and talking about the new revenue sharing that they're about to do with their athletes with NIL. And it was the Big Ten, it was the SEC, it was the ACC, the Big 12, and the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I know that they're reconfiguring this thing and it's going to be a new look Pac-12, but clearly that conference, to even be at the table for those discussions and those meetings, they clearly are going to have a better standing than the American conference is ever going to have. It's just going to be true.
They have a better brand.
Right. And I know that logistically with travel and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be that's obviously a huge issue that they would have to figure out. Right?
I don't know if it is, though. I read before I came here, I wrote some stuff for the New York Times, and they had me they wanted me to report a story about all the conference realignment that was happening. This was 10 years ago. And I talked to some people at different colleges, and they were like, you know, it's different now because you can fly direct from Memphis to who's in the Big 12 to Washington State. You can fly direct to Seattle and take a bus, right? San Diego State. There's probably a flight from here to San Diego once or twice a week, whatever. You can fly direct into it's not like these are all like small college towns in the middle of nowhere where you would have to fly to a big city, rent a bus, or change planes or whatever. You know, like these are big teams. Oregon State's right outside Portland. Like, you know, these are teams you could get to. So I don't know, like travel-wise, how much of a lift that is. It might be. But I think it's more about, for football, it's not a lift, right? For basketball, but for baseball, for lacrosse, if you're playing against these schools, maybe it makes sense to be in the Big East. Just save the money.
Yeah, we were once upon a time before it disbanded, so maybe we can revisit it. That'd be fun. Yeah. All right, well, let's bring Roser in here. We'll ask him what he thinks about it.
John Roser is going to join us. We're going to talk NBA Summer League. Chris Paul has gone to the Clippers and other stuff. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
RIP, the AAC. The American Athletic Conference is renaming itself the American Conference, and they come with a new mascot, and his name is Soar the Eagle.
Soar opens his mouth, and I'm proud to be American starts playing.
The American.
Proud to be the American.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience, collaborate with national and local artists, and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up and show out at Open Call Auditions. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
So let's start with the Ja 3, the graffiti, New York versus New York.
New York? That box is so
that box is fresh. I'm actually happy to see a new box. Like, it's time for
box is fresh.
The first and the second one with the same box. I see
that.
a different box now, so
And
that's fresh.
And the graffiti letter A looks cool. Yeah, they look cool.
Tight. I like that.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app. Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. Lane Whitaker sitting in this week for GP, who's on vacation. Bennett Doyle's here, Kyra's here, and look who else is here. John Roser is here.
I'm here.
In studio.
I'm here.
Fired up, got a lot of Celsius in the system, whatever
Got
it
a
is.
monster.
Monster, okay.
I'm friends with the monster. Yeah.
Got a monster.
Around.
a
Don't
monster
tap
buddy.
that glass. There's a monster in it. Shout out Tyler, the Creator's new album. Dropped yesterday.
Have you listened to the new Raekwon?
I've not. Raekwon has a new album?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Sounds kind of.
Are we in 1996?
I mean, yeah, it's got that only built for Cuban Links feel to it. Like it's good.
All right,
a bunch of the Wu-Tang guys are on it. Like it's great.
All right.
But yeah, let's talk about NBA Summer League. It's over finally. We don't have to sit here and do the pregame, halftime, postgame shows anymore. The Charlotte Hornets won their first title in franchise history.
Yeah,
they've never
did.
won a midseason tournament. They've never won anything. They finally won something.
They won something. Congratulations.
Yeah.
On the back of
Con Knipple.
Con Knipple. Maybe
Yeah.
Con Knipple can finally make LaMelo Ball a winner.
Perhaps.
If
We'll
he
see.
can't do it,
Who can?
who can?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, they've got the Hornets won the thing. The Grizzlies, we saw them play a bunch of games.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
won that last game that we didn't televise against the Clippers. They won that one going away. But we saw, I thought, some positive things in general from the Grizzlies. What to you was the most positive thing you saw coming out of Summer League for the Grizzlies?
Well, it's easy. It's Meshack. And I think there's a real, they've had this two-way spot open.
Yeah.
Like, they waived Zion Pullen and signed P.J. Hall to that. So they've always, once they signed Javon Small to a two-way. So they had Javon Small, Zion Pullen, and then a two-way open because they converted Cam Spencer. So they waived Zion Pullen. They signed P.J. Hall to the two-way. So that third two-way there is still open.
Yeah.
If they were just going to put Jemai Meshack on that two-way,
They would have done it.
They would have just done that. Now, it doesn't mean that he won't end up on that 2A, but like they could have just done that at the same time they did Javon Small. I think they're having a real discussion if they're going to put him on the main roster, which means somebody would have to come off the main roster, which means there's a trade you would have to make, and there are things you can do. Yeah. You can do 2-for-1 and stuff. Like I know you can trade. If you just say you combine John Conchar and Vince Williams Jr., you can bring back up to $15 million in salary. Right. You can bring double plus like $250,000. So it comes out to like $15 million worth of salary. I'm not saying they're going to. Yeah. I'm just saying that's something they can do.
So the one thing is if they do that, and let's say they move a couple of guys who are 4-year veteran, 3-year veteran types, Conchar, Vince, whatever, it feels a little bit like you're doubling down on the youth thing that we saw a couple of years ago.
I don't know, because Vince is young too. So, I mean, it's really like...
Yeah.
I mean...
It's been around, though, a couple of years.
Konchar's the one who's like an older player. And
he's a spot starter.
You know what you get from Conchar. Like you know what you're getting from Conchar.
Rebounds can give you other things.
Yeah. No, you know what you're getting from Conchar. But Vince, Vince hasn't really done anything here. Yeah. He had played one. He
had a good year, that everybody was hurt. 2 years ago.
The team sucked. Yeah. It's the same year Gigi was good for everybody, which if you go back and look at numbers.
What did you think of Gigi's performance in Summer League?
I think the best is that he affected winning. You look at his plus minus, and he typically was a positive in there, which told me, okay, the depth on the Summer League team is the issue. It's not these guys, because they win when these guys are on the court, but you're not going to play them for 35, 40 minutes, for the full Summer League game. So, but I think the good thing was that they won when those guys were out there on the court. It's going to look, Summer League is just way different than the regular season. Like, it's going to come down, can Gigi, in the Summer League, Gigi got to take the most shots. Like, dude, you are not going to get to take the most shots with John Jaron out there.
Yeah.
And you're probably not even going to get to take the third most shots or the fourth most shots. Can you take 7 shots and affect winning? Like, can you do that?
There was that one game
to have to play a role.
I forgot which game it was, but he led the team in assists. He had
He had the game where he was sick, where he's coming off the illness, the first game back from the illness.
Game, Gigi's Vegas flu game.
I don't know, was it the Hawks or who they played?
It was the Hawks, He had the other game where he got the block shot, ran down the court. That was one of the first games.
Is that OKC or might have been Philly? OKC or Philly?
I think it was, because it was in. I think it was the first.
No, it was
Vegas.
Utah.
Was it in Utah?
It was SLC. So we played OKC, Utah, then Philly in Summer League, in the Utah Summer League, and Philly. We didn't play anybody that final game because it was the second night of the back-to-back. Yeah,
Gigi was able to do things and help out. I like seeing Gigi go to the rim. I think for Gigi, it's always the easiest thing to do for any player is to stand there and fire up 3-pointers.
Yeah.
But we saw him a lot driving to the basket, getting fouls, going to the free throw line, all that stuff. If he can play like that, I think he can find a spot. You're talking about, can he, score a lot of points? I mean, he's probably not going to be on the floor when Ja and Jaren are out there that much, right? I think in a perfect world, you bring him off the bench and he's in a lineup with Santi and whoever else ends up kind of on that second team. And maybe that's where, Gigi can be one of your main scorers.
Yeah.
But I think if he wants to be in that first 5 guys, he's got to figure out what he can do to stay on the floor.
Okay, well let's just take this real quick. Let's go ahead and let's rank guys on this team.
All right.
Where does Gigi fall in this pecking order? You have Ja, you have Jaren. Who do we go after that? When you're talking scoring, shooting the ball. Santi?
Yeah, maybe Santi. That's my thought.
Santi can do. Hey, look, I've been hard on Santi. Dude, Santi can average 15. What did Santi average last year?
No, when we were rolling the first half of last season, people he
Santi
was mentioned as potential 6 man of the year. Yeah, for sure. He can fill it up. Yes.
Yes. I'm giving Santi crap, but dude, Santi, that is a real hit in the NBA draft. Santi has been really good. Yes.
Yeah.
Santi is a rotation, 8-man rotation player.
I don't love him being 3 in the pecking order. I don't know about that. But right now, I don't know how you could change.
Ty Jerome?
That's what I was going to say.
KCP?
No way. I mean, you got to see it. It's not like.
Well, Edie would be in here, but he's obviously going to be out.
I still wouldn't put him ahead of those guys as far as scoring.
Well, you got to feed Edie the ball. You have to. Dude, that's just been Edie's.
Scottie Pippen Jr.?
Who would you say is 4th?
Scottie. I would say.
You would say Scottie over Ty Jerome. Or KCP.
Definitely over KCP.
Brandon Clark.
No way.
No, Brandon don't take enough shots.
Yeah. Scotty's going to get the shots.
I have thought about this with Brandon, though. Brandon makes $12.5 million a year. And it has been, that's a good contract to, trade. But Brandon's had 2 injuries now, an Achilles and another knee injury now. Brandon is way more valuable to us than he is to other teams.
Yeah.
And when his contract is up in 2 years, he is not getting $12.5 million again.
Well,
we're probably going to be able to get him for a big discount.
He's especially valuable with Edie being out too, right?
And he's great with Jaron, and they're best friends.
Yeah.
And they're best friends. Okay, so Ja, Jaron, Santi, who is 4th?
I'll say Scotty just because he's been here.
You say SPJ.
Yeah.
We're trying to find out where GG ranks in this.
I might go Ty Jerome.
Okay, so
That's fine.
SPJ,
but
Ty
I think
Jerome.
that's 4-5.
Yeah,
Either way, that's
4-5.
4-5. Okay, so we're at 5 guys now before we have GG.
Do you put Jalen ahead of Gigi?
I just think you have to because Jalen's getting the minutes, right?
Yeah.
We don't know.
And also, Jalen affects the game defensively more than Gigi does, right?
KCP's going to play more than GG.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
Edie, whenever he's back.
He's going to play more than Gigi.
And, I mean, we'll
Edie?
see with Cedric Howard, right? Like
That's another guy.
We don't know.
Yeah, Coward's the question
Who
mark.
plays more, Coward or Gigi?
Coward, because they moved up to get him in the draft. Like they're invested
We're at 1,
in him.
2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 9 guys right now. So what you're telling me is we're not really depending on Gigi that much this year.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Well,
but see, I don't
but
like. But the thing is I like that 9 that we just listed. I don't like that. Like I don't want it to be
You
like
don't
that.
trust this
No,
9.
like I want Gigi to be in like the top 4, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what I hope
I think
for.
in a perfect
Yes.
world he would be.
Yes.
But he has not gotten there yet.
Yeah.
And we saw in Summer League flashes of that, right? We saw the moments where you're like, oh wow, this is awesome. Can he do? And now it's just about being sustainable because he's not
look, he's going to have his chance in training camp because Look, Jalen Wells, I know, he did not shoot the ball well at all in Summer League.
He had
the first game,
Yeah.
and then after that, he did not shoot. He shot like 36% from the field in Summer League, and 35% from 3, which is exactly what he shot last year. And I tweeted that out, and I was like, the small forward job is going to be wide open in training camp. And so I got pushback from people. I'm like, I'm not saying Jalen's not going to be the starting small forward. I'm just saying it ain't a given because guess what we would have gone in last year? We never would have thought last year that going into the season, Jalen Wells was going to be the starting small forward for the team, and he won that job in training camp as a second-round pick. So why couldn't Cedric Coward or G.G. Jackson win that job in training camp?
Well,
they absolutely could.
DeMichael Cole put it out a couple weeks ago that he thinks that they want Jalen to be the starting 2 because think about it. Like, what was one of the reasons that you moved on from Desmond Bain? Obviously, you had a money issue, right? But was Ja and Dez ever going to be a championship caliber backcourt because of their size, right?
Yeah,
they're both smaller we've seen like
and not
in the
defenders.
league,
It's not like one of them's Caruso or Drew Holiday back there.
And Jalen is a big 2, so it in theory makes sense. Now, same thing with KCP, right? Like,
right,
you
I
get to
would
make
think
the same
KCP
argument.
you're starting 2, right?
Yeah, I would think so too.
I'm just saying, I thought it was
whatever. They're
interesting when he
probably
put that out there.
interchangeable. Those 2 guys are.
I mean, do you think Ty
KCP
Jerome
was.
definitely is coming off the bench? Is he a candidate?
Yeah,
for the 2-3?
I think he's going
think so.
to. Man, you go.
What, you see? Yeah, you start thinking about it, and you're like, well, I don't know.
How tall is Ty Jerome?
6'5", 6?
I think that's cap.
6'4".
Yeah. He's probably 6. They list him at 6'5". I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I've seen him. He don't look 6'5". They list that's listing Desmond Bain at 6'5".
Yeah.
Desmond Bain was not 6'5".
Right.
If you stretch him out, the arms. We
Yeah,
stretch those
right.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
we decompress. We take him to Memphis Spine and Sport down the street. They've got one of those machines that'll like
It pulls
slowly
you that, yeah.
decompresses your
like
spine.
the rack they used to use in the
Yes.
medieval times.
Dude, that thing is awesome machine.
Yeah.
If you've never had your spine decompressed.
I
Pretty
do
cool.
think this is an interesting case study that you're doing here because, in theory,
Thank you for calling it a case study.
yes,
too.
well, because in theory, like this is going to be the best opportunity Gigi's ever had.
Yeah.
right. I
Also,
mean, we listed that off, and
He's also healthy.
and he's also healthy, right?
Coming in last year, he missed, all of a sudden he's not able to be part of training camp, and he has to like catch up when he gets healthy in December. So
Yeah, if
maybe
he's not
now
able to grab a big role with this team this year, it won't be for lack of opportunity.
Right.
He's going to have the opportunity.
And I also don't think that means, say he doesn't. Say Gigi doesn't have a good, let's just say he doesn't have a good year. Say it's similar to what happened this past year. Or maybe it's a little bit better, but it's not, I don't think that means you move on from him either. Like, bro, he's like really young and on a cheap contract.
He's still the youngest guy on our summer league team.
Really, really young. Yes, he was the youngest freaking guy on our summer league team, and it's his third year in the league. Like, that's crazy how young he is. It doesn't mean that you give up on him. Like, some of these guys are going to take. You're not going to really see what they are until they're 25 years old. It may 24 years old. Like, it may take time with him. But no, I just thought that was interesting. Like, we're talking about Gigi, and we're obviously impressed with what he did in summer league. But then you start going through the roster, and it's, well, I mean, how much are you really going to rely on him?
Well, I mean, hopefully, right? This team's only going to go as far as Jaron and Ja take us.
Ja, really. I mean,
Jaron's
been dependable. Jaron has been, and he's going to miss, obviously, maybe the first 2 weeks of the season, it seems like. But, like, he missed the first 2 games of the season last year.
And then made every other game until he sprained his ankle.
Then made every other game until he sprained his ankle, like, towards, the end of the season. But, like, Jaron has been, what you hope with Ja is what happened with Jaron. Jaron's first, 2-3 years in this league were injury-riddled. And he had the knack of, Jaron Jackson Jr. is an injury-prone player.
Yeah.
It was, Jaron doesn't rebound, and he gets hurt. Well, fast forward now, 5 years later after that, it's, well, he's not injury prone anymore. Still doesn't rebound, but he's not injury prone anymore. And you hope that all this stuff passes Ja, and that the injury stuff is over with him, and that
you get stronger, you get more
stronger,
experience,
you get older, you get
stronger. Steph Curry used to be injury prone,
right? Steph Curry, that's why the Warriors had Curry on a 4-year, $44 million deal, and they were able to end up getting Kevin Durant when the cap spiked. It's because Curry was on that deal because he had ankle problems leading up to that entire contract that he signed. So, if Ja can play 65 games, dude, this team's going to win games. Him and Jaron are out there, they're going
Circling
to win
back to
games.
Meshack,
They still get to play the East.
My takeaway on
I mean, it's just true. They still get to play the Eastern Conference.
And the one thing this team was last year, dude, they were good against bad teams.
Yes.
Which told you they played hard. They didn't slip up against crappy teams.
They were really bad against good teams.
They were really, really bad against the good teams.
The thing about Meshack, my last takeaway on this is just, and we talked about this coming out of the finals. Watching the Pacers and the Thunder, all these guys who are wing guys who, knock down threes, play defense. I think Meshack, that's his ceiling, right? Is a Lou Dort type player.
Okay, so
maybe even better offensively.
Okay, so I thought I was thinking something similar too when I first saw Meshack play.
Yeah.
Because there's the Tony Allen comps, but it's like, bro, Tony Allen was Big 12 Player of the Year.
Yeah.
That's the level of player Tony Allen was. TA was in college. He was not just a role guy in college. He won Big 12 Player of the Year.
Tony will point out he averaged 20 a game in college. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Tony loves pointing that out.
And he'll put some barbecue sauce on it too. Put a little extra barbecue sauce on it. But so I thought the Lou Dort thing too. Dude, Lou Dort averaged 17 a game at Arizona State and was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's Meshack wasn't that at Tennessee. But
what about Caruso?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the Caruso thing because, dude, I saw what did Caruso
But to me, Caruso and Dort are sort of interchangeable when you think about the Thunder, right? They're both these guys who they play the wing, they play hard defense, they shoot threes, whatever SGA kind of has left over and kicks it out.
It's Caruso. Caruso averaged, the most Caruso ever averaged in college was 9.1 points per game. His junior year at Texas A&M. I remember seeing him with the South Bay Lakers in the G League.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the hell is this guy? He was on a two-way, and it was like, I don't. He just looks like a guy. But one thing I've learned about the G League, when you look at these guys, you have to look at. You can see these guys that can score the ball. There's a guy we just played for the Clippers, Jordan Miller, and I said this on Chris's show. I was like, we're going to play the Clippers. I said, watch Jordan Miller. This guy can score the ball. Not a great shooter, but he can score the ball. But, the Clippers don't need Jordan Miller to score the ball. They got guys that can score. They got James Harden. They got Kawhi Leonard. They had Norman Powell. But they've got guys who can score the ball. You need who are these guys in the G League that can fill roles? That's what I have learned. Who can play the role?
You're looking for role players.
And that's what Alex Caruso, ended up totally becoming on that Lakers title team. And like I think Meshack could absolutely.
Yeah.
It's early though. We'll see.
Speaking of the Clippers,
yeah.
Yesterday they go and they sign Chris Paul.
Yeah, this is how I got on Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets.
That's
was
right.
tweeting about Chris Paul playing for the Clippers.
You're one of the most famous Chris Paul haters in the world.
I absolutely am one of the most famous Chris Paul haters. We were going to do a redemption one year. Maybe we'll get to do it this year because he's back with the Clippers. We were going to try to do a redemption where I meet Chris Paul.
I could broker that.
Yeah, and we squash it.
Yeah, I think we could make that happen.
We squash it. He is I saw him
21st season.
I saw him I saw him really up close a couple years ago in Vegas. He was walking through Caesar's Palace. He had a hood over his head because he didn't want to. He is small.
Mm-hmm.
He is It's insane the career that guy has had.
It's incredible.
And he's one of those. I didn't hate him once he left the Clippers. It was just those Grizzlies Clippers years. Bennett, oh my God, we hated those teams. I hated Chris Paul, hated Blake Griffin, Matt Barnes, JJ Redick, all of them.
Yeah,
but.
So do you root for Chris Paul now?
I mean, I wouldn't say I root for him.
You respect him.
I respect Chris Paul.
He is the last of a dying breed.
I hate that he's not going to get a title. I hate that he's not going to get one.
It doesn't matter how good you are. Teams don't want small point guards.
No.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how good you are. Yeah.
Because you get targeted.
That dude played all 82 games last year.
Yeah, it's amazing.
At the age of whatever he was. In his 20th season in the league, he played all 82 games.
I saw a thing about how the Clippers, I can't remember who tweeted this. They said they're not promising CP3 that he's going to start. There's games he might not even play, they said.
Yeah.
And he's okay with it. He was like...
I heard Zach Lowe talking about this on his podcast, saying his family lives in L.A.
Yeah.
His family stayed out there.
His wife and kids are
he,
there.
He wanted to be back. He wanted to be back with his family, and the Clippers are kind of... What do you think of Chris Paul as? What team? When you think of Chris Paul, who do you think?
Pelicans?
You think the Hornets? The Hornets. Okay, you do. Okay.
But to be fair, I worked at Slam Magazine and wrote all these Chris Paul cover stories when he was on the Hornets.
That's who Devin thinks. I'm just interesting with the age thing. So, because you're older than me, and you think... and Devin did too. Devin thought the Hornets, Pelicans. I think the Clippers, and I guess it's just because that grit and grind Grizzlies, how a lot of the younger generation of fans right now feel about this era of Grizzlies basketball. That's how I was with the grit and grind teams. I
think of him as a Clipper too. I will say, I said this to Gary yesterday. He's responsible for Oklahoma City getting a franchise. I mean, he just is. You remember he
carried that team after Katrina.
Katrina happens. They go play in Oklahoma City. They have great crowds. The fans are super into it, and then it becomes apparent that Seattle's relocating, and that's what happened. Yeah. That's all Chris Paul, man. He brought the people out.
He brought the people.
His second or third season, we put him on the cover of Slam, and I went out to Vegas. He was doing USA Basketball. And I went out there and hung out with him and his brother and his father for a couple days. And his brother and I ended up playing blackjack, and I did great. It's the best I've ever done playing blackjack.
Yeah.
But talking to Chris out there, I was saying something about, he was already established as one of the best young point guards. He was young. He was 23, 24. And I said something about, being as quick as you are and as fast as you are, is that sort of one of your secret, powers in the NBA? And he's like, I'm not fast. He was like, people, he goes, I'm just great at changing speeds. He goes, I'm good at tempo, controlling tempo and understanding when to go fast, when to go slow and all that stuff. He's like, there's guys, he named 5 other guys who are faster than me. And I think now is when you're seeing that kind of come to fruition, because now he's what?
He has, all the athleticism, even the little bit of that he did have, he's very, like you said, he was not a straight line drive fast.
Yeah.
Shifty, crafty.
Slow down, stop.
Start, stop, yes.
I saw
acceleration, deceleration, great at all that.
I spoke to him. He was here in Memphis a month ago when the EYBL was here. He has an AAU team, and he's the coach, the assistant coach. And he's sitting on the bench next to the coach, and, the players are all just hanging around him, and he's pulling guys aside, talking to them. But they had a little point guard on that team who was 5'11", athletic. But
Chris Paul Jr.
And Chris Paul was just in his ear the whole game. And I was like, man, imagine being that kid. Yeah. And that's your mentor.
And it's still wild, the fact that you said, the athleticism that he did have, he does it. It is all just veteran savvy. Craft, knowing your craft.
I love guys like that.
You know how to play the game now. You just absolutely know how to play the game now. Know the NBA game. He knows.
It's like chess.
Yes. Oh, dude, don't he he will try to get you in that penalty so early in the quarter, and then the rest of the quarter is
Rip
we're drawing fouls.
Slows down in front of you.
We are
all
going to
that
do
crap.
Chris Paul teams are going to do that. They're going to do that stuff constantly.
This Clippers team might be sort of interesting.
No. They.
I love Norman Powell. I was sort of surprised they got rid of him.
Yeah, so they wanted to. They bring in Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal now actually has a good contract.
If he's
when
healthy.
when you look at Bradley Beal's numbers, it's like, okay, well, he's still good. He just wasn't worth $50 million a year, but like $5 million a year, $6 million a year. Like, all right, cool. I just worry like maybe Beal, if he can get back to some kind of form, maybe he can be he can make up for what Harden doesn't do in the big games.
Yeah.
Like Kawhi is not that transcendent number one player that he used to be, but Kawhi still has a couple playoff games where he's going to get you. Like, he's going to go drop 35 in those games.
Yeah.
But his number two guy, it's like Harden hasn't been good enough in enough of those big playoff spots. So it's either Kawhi has to be better or you need somebody else next to Kawhi that can be better. It's one of the two, and I just don't know if Kawhi can do that as much anymore.
He was really good at the end of the year and in the postseason.
And he had a couple games in the postseason where he was really good, but then he had some stinkers in that series,
to the point where Fish and I were talking at the end of the year, we were talking about postseason awards, and we were like, Kawhi was good. He, how many games did he play this year? He played like 30 games last year. He barely played. But at the end of the year, that flash you saw from him was good enough. Yeah. Probably that if you have the right guys around him, maybe they make some noise.
There's a brief stretch in the NBA where Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the world.
Oh, yeah.
You can make that case. Like, Kawhi was the best player in the world.
And the Spurs traded him while he was the best.
And the Spurs, he won it out. Dude, when the year Pachulia ran under him, that game one, it's like, holy crap, this is the best player in basketball. Yeah. That was the year the Warriors, did they have KD that year?
I believe so.
17, I think they did.
Yes.
The West Finals that year, they did.
I think that was his first
And it's
year.
like, dude, that's that game one, and it's like, they have Curry, Durant, and Kawhi Leonard's the best player on this court. Like, he looks like by far the best player out here. So, no, it's either Kawhi's got to be able to elevate and be the number one, or the number two guy has to be able to elevate himself more. And if it's not going to be Harden, maybe Beal if he can get back to form. I don't know. Or maybe it's a sum of all parts. Yeah. So I do want to say the Tigers thing. I heard y'all talking about this. I've seen this. I heard about this. It wasn't enough money. It's not enough money. Like, I get you can say it's one of the most lucrative deals offered to
How high would you go?
$1 billion. I'm telling you what it's going to. I mean, like, that's probably what it's going to take. You laugh at it.
What about double
but
that?
Like
$500 million.
So I originally said yesterday to CJ $500 million to $1 billion. But you have to do you've got to do the math on it. Like, so if you do
I know about Roser math.
$250 million divided by 16 schools is $15.625 million.
Okay.
Now you spread that over 5 years, and it's like $3 million a year. Dude, that's nothing to these schools.
I mean, it worked for SMU. They bought their way into the ACC.
They did buy their way into the ACC
for 200.
That's 2 years ago.
Now the biggest.
I do think
you
there
get
is
Dallas. That's the thing.
It's Dallas.
You get Dallas.
There is. I do think you are right about. There is some deeper stuff with the perception of the city of Memphis. I do think that does play I do think that is a factor in it. But to me, it's also like, I don't think it's enough money. Bro, Texas Tech in the Big 12, they paid $1 million to a softball pitcher.
Yeah.
Like, they kiss this money. Like, $1 million. Like, what?
Damn.
Like, dude, they paid $1 million for a softball player.
We give them $3 million and get a catcher, too. And
for $3 million, maybe they get an outfielder.
Get a first baseman.
Fill out that roster I'm just saying, like, dude, $1 million, an extra $2 million to some of these teams, even the Big 12, like, it's nothing to these teams.
I did see the tweet
to these schools. Like, freaking Oklahoma State's in the Big 12. I remember for years, rest in peace, T. Boone Pickens. But, like, bro, Oklahoma State.
Not a sentence I thought I'd hear today.
They had, like, so it doesn't matter. Like, that's just not enough money.
I do not think, because, yes.
To me, you got to offer up. Here's the other thing. They were not offering to take money for the remainder of the 5-year TV deal with ESPN and Fox. But they would want in, obviously, on the next TV deal. So that, to me, is why it's not dead yet. It's still not dead with the Big 12.
So they'd have to say they're out of the next TV deal?
Well, you need to you need to offer more money, and then the sponsorship stuff. The TV networks control all this crap.
Yeah.
So you've got to go to the TV networks And you've got to get them to lobby on your behalf, too. It's not just the Big 12 commissioner. It's got to be the TV networks at ESPN, Fox, CBS, NBC, Netflix, who knows, Amazon, whatever it is. And you got to get your sponsorship money involved with them and go above and beyond for it. You literally, I mean, look, they tried to buy their way in, and this didn't work. You couldn't even get it to a vote. Yeah. So your next step has got to be, what can I do to get to a vote? Where I got to get it to a vote where I get these teams, these schools thinking. Because clearly the University of Memphis, if it couldn't even get to a vote, they did not want this leaked. But there's other schools in the Big 12 that wanted this leaked, and they're letting it be known that, like, this is not, this didn't even get to a vote with
How much of that is like, maybe
it's
next
all
time,
politics.
Yeah, well, maybe next time you don't go to the league presidents, which is what they did.
Right.
You go to 6 schools and get a consensus. And then you go to the league and be like, hey,
or you go to the TV network.
Whatever, yeah. You know, I think a lot of this is also that side of things, which we don't fully understand.
And if we get into a day and age where, well, we kind of already are. We are, like I said, if the TV networks really, really control this, then you're going to get into a day and age where they like boot teams out of conferences.
Yeah.
Because like, what do they really bring? Yeah. You know,
I do think if the grand, like
Mississippi State, I love Mississippi State. I'm sorry, but
no,
like,
we need those in the SEC.
If you did conference realignment base, if you just like said, okay, we're going to start over, who's in the Big 12 and the SEC, or the Big 10 and the SEC are going to be the 2 AFC and NFC of all this, which is where we're headed, and they're just picking schools based on who they want. We're just leaving it up, and it's a draft. Well, Mississippi State's not getting chosen in that. Sorry, Vanderbilt didn't either.
I think in Nashville.
Maybe.
They'd keep Nashville because they want to have all their events there.
You need crappy teams.
I do think that the grand hopes and dreams of, like, you know, thinking bigger with Big 12, ACC, like the one positive is I do think that they feel like that this is not over. That they can still, not. That because the Pac-12 thing is still there, right? Yeah. Like they turned down that offer from the Pac-12. I think that if they knew for a fact our only options are new Pac-12 or stay in the American, I truly believe that they would go to the new Pac-12. I really believe that because they know how dire this situation is in the American.
But one of the other things, too, is like their exit fee out of the American is like $25 million. Yeah. So I also don't know if you want to jump to, okay, our basketball team okay, we're not doing that, so we're going to go basketball Big East, football Pac-12. Well, then what happens in 5 years, 4 years, or 3 years if the Big 12 now does want you? Well, now you're going to pay more exit fees to 2 separate conferences to get out of it? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
But I guess if we're talking, they're willing to pay $200 million to like.
Somebody is
going to be the exit fee anyway?
King Meeks in the chat said $2 billion for the SEC. Do you think that would get you in the SEC?
No. You know, George Lapidus, rest in peace, like one of the godfather of Memphis sports talk radio. Had always said this for years. I don't even know if it was true. It's just one of those things you can say, and you know nobody ever calls you on it. But he said he once told the University of Memphis, I think it was the early '90s, like 1990, 1991, that they should go offer the SEC $25 million to let them join. And that was in like 1990, and that they would have done it back then.
Yeah.
They like, oh my God,
he saw the writing on the wall. Sure did.
You know who regrets leaving the SEC for years?
Tulane.
Tulane.
Tulane. That's one of my favorite like college football
tidbits.
Tulane
left the SEC.
Yes.
Man.
Brutal.
Didn't Georgia Tech used to be in the SEC also?
Yes, I believe so.
There's a few teams like that.
Yeah. At least they're in a
greatest
Power 5.
decision Arkansas ever made was joining the SEC.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you coming in, John.
Thanks, dude.
We'll take a break. We're going to come back. We have 5 things to get to.
You're getting to NFL training camps, aren't you?
Yeah.
I kind of like your quarterback, Big Penix.
We're going to talk about it because they put out the Athletic put out their power ranking. We'll get to it.
The Falcons are sneaky this year.
We're frisky.
Yeah, the frisky Falcons.
We're going to talk about it when we come back on the other side of this. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. Ortho South, they welcome walk-ins during the weekdays, on evenings, and even on Saturdays. So the next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. You can just walk in, and Ortho South, they will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's Orthosouth at orthosouth.org.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lane Whitaker. Those were the golden tones of Bennett Doyle. Kyra's here too, directing. And let's get into 5 more things.
Number 1.
It's almost time for the NFL, Bennett.
Training camps are underway today.
You
the
excited?
Titans, my Titans, they are reporting today. I'm very excited. Yes, this is like this week kind of feels like your
first day of school.
It really does, because you're getting all the news and notes, guys that aren't reporting and stuff like that. And, you start getting like the texts, your group texts. Hey, our fantasy draft's coming up. Like, this is always. It's like
muscle watch. You find out who put on some weight.
That's right.
Who lost some weight? Who comes in better shape? One guy who's not reporting for the Titans, Will Levis.
Well, not by choice. No, he will not be there. He unfortunately is getting shoulder surgery
like this week, right?
Yeah, he's gotten shoulder surgery from an injury dating back to last season. I think this is probably the last time you'll see him in a Titans uniform. Yeah.
Might be the last time you see him in an NFL uniform.
Now, we'll see. I mean, I believe he still has a year left on his deal going into next season. But
you think he's like a backup somewhere?
Like, I just don't think that. I think it would be a disservice to him for the Titans to just bring him back. You know what I mean? Like, he wants. I think he wants to try to go get a starting job. I don't think he will, but I think it's one of those situations where it's like it's probably best for both of us to go our separate ways.
It's also probably best for Cam Ward too.
That's it. Right. Like Will Levis was drafted by a different regime to eventually be the starting quarterback for the Titans, and he's not. And so, I've seen people like suggest, well, hey, he could be a great backup, but that's weird, right? That's a weird situation. I think you want your backup to Cam Ward to be a longtime NFL backup quarterback, a guy that's just been there, knows he's the backup, and can assist you as the starter, right?
Taylor Heinicke or one of those guys.
Yes. And so I think they'll go get somebody. We'll see how training camps start to shake out and who gets cut and whatnot. I believe they still have 2 quarterbacks on the roster, Tim Boyle, and the other guy is someone that's actually played recently. either way, Cam Ward's going to be the guy. It's good to know that going into training camp. We all knew it anyways, but now it's really official. Like, he's the guy. There is zero talk of any kind of quarterback competition.
For sure, yeah.
It's going to be Cam Ward.
But
He'll be the day one starter.
Ways, right? You can go the Bryce Richardson way where
Bryce Young. Yeah.
Bryce Young, I'm sorry. Yeah, he starts and it's a disaster.
Yep.
And he has to sit. Or like the Falcons did last year with Penix, you know, Kirk Cousins is your starter. And then 2/3 of the way through the season, after getting practice and reps and all that, then you put Penix in that job. I kind of feel like I'd rather the guy just start from the start.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Titans, to their credit, have done. Listen, the roster still has its issues. I don't think they're going to be a good team this year. We'll see how it goes. But they have done a good job of giving him some weapons, right?
Sure.
You know, like Bryce Young had nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? There was nothing
Every
there.
time I watched the Panthers, it was just Bryce Young running for his life.
Right, exactly. Like, at least the Titans are trying to put a serviceable offense around Cam Ward. Like, you know, you obviously have a great receiver in Calvin Ridley. They went and got Tyler Lockett. Tony Pollard's a good running back in this league. So he's got guys around him. The line should be better. Like, they have tried to revamp this offensive line over the past couple seasons through the draft. So hopefully that'll show this year on the field, and he won't just be running for his life every game.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. It sounds like L'Jarius Sneed is not going to be ready to start training camp for the Titans, which that is looking more and more like one of the worst contracts of recent memory. It's you know what you kind of are starting to learn, man, is you kind of want to stay away from like the big time free agents that the great teams didn't want to bring back, right?
Yeah.
Didn't want to re-sign. L'Jarius Sneed, Lloyd Cushenberry are not going to begin training camp with the Titans, it looks like.
What about is Trey Hendrickson? Looks like he's not going to begin training camp with the Bengals, from what I read, because they're still in a stalemate. And the Bengals are like, well, it looks like we're close. I think we'll have him here, but he's not going to be there. He didn't report today, apparently, he's not reporting today with all the team veterans. Had 17 and a half sacks last year, all pro. And he's trying to get a long-term deal. But then the bigger story yesterday was the
okay, hang on.
Should we go to two or no?
Well, hang on. I want to say something about the Trey Hendrickson thing.
Right.
I do not understand how the Bengals operate. I do not. This is your window. This is it right now. You paid Jamar Chase and T. Higgins in the offseason. Joe Burrow.
You got Burrow, yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you not going all in? Right,
people.
This is your window. I mean, it really is. Like,
you have the leading sack guy in the league.
Yeah. I just don't. They've always been a cheap organ. My best friend, he's a huge Bengals fan. And he's like, yep, this is just how they freaking operate. Like, their ownership just does not pay guys. You know, you had the first round draft pick, I can't think of his name, that hasn't signed with the team yet, and he's not at training camp. There's talks of him going back to
Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, there's talks of him going back to school, right? He won't. That's crazy, but he doesn't even have a deal, and it's just not how teams really operate. And the Bengals are just one of those weird organizations. Trey Hendrickson posted today he's in Florida, so
he's 30
he will
years
not
old.
be there anytime
Turns 31 this season. So this is probably like his last. I mean, it might be his last big contract. You know, and he's
one of your only like really good players on that defense. That defense has been bad.
Yeah,
I don't get it. All right, we'll go to the big one. Yep.
Number 2.
Well, speaking of good players on bad teams, and Micah Parsons has been a great player for the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones has been talking about this contract situation with Parsons. What are they going to do? This press conference was kind of wild. Do we have the video of this? I think we do, right?
Yeah, we got it.
Just because we signed him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. Seriously. We've signed, I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott. So there's a lot of things you can think about when you, just as the player does, when you're thinking about committing and guaranteeing money.
I mean, first of all, that was like the Hall of Presidents, Jerry Jones. There's not a lot of wasted movement there. That was like.
I also want to make this point. I think it's true. This is just what Jerry Jones does, man. He loves the contract discussion in late July, August. Like, he just loves the attention on the Cowboys. It's every single year. I think that they will get a deal done with Micah Parsons. I mean, he's one of the best players in the NFL.
Do you think, like, we should ask Vernon this when he comes on here this week, but like, as a fan, do you appreciate like his candor? Like, he's open about what's going on, you know, like instead of like Mike Brown with the Bengals is like with Hendrickson, he's like, well, you know, I think we'll get a deal done.
Yep.
And then you got this guy who's like, well, he missed 6 games, which is wrong. He missed 4 games. But he's like, you know, we get guys who get hurt all the time. Who knows what they're worth?
I think Jerry obviously always wants to control the narrative, right? Like he is the one controlling the narrative at all times surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, I mean, going back to what I just said, I think he likes this kind of stuff. I think he likes the people talking and it being everywhere and just the back and forth. I think he feeds off of it. I really do. Yeah. I think they'll get a deal done, though. I would not. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would not be worried about them signing Micah Parsons. Because, like, what are you doing if you don't?
Like, this happens every year? Like, I mean,
I'd be annoyed by it.
Yeah, it's like kind of annoying because your team is like, you're always thinking, hey, we're gonna be pretty good, and then we never come into training camp with the full roster there, and there's always some distraction. There's always something happening. And they can't seem to, but maybe that's just Jerry.
Maybe that's
just
how
Hall of Presidents Jerry James works.
For
Jerry
sure.
Jones works.
He was talking about your quarterback, Michael Penix. Are you excited about the Falcons?
Yeah, I am.
You are?
I pointed out the Athletic this morning did their pre-training camp power rankings. The Falcons are 24th. But I saw enough of Penix the last few games of the last season where he got to play, and he was awesome. And the team seems to really like him, and he's got some weapons around him: Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Ray McLeod. Kyle Pitts, I don't know about him. Maybe we got to do something with him. But the Falcons, the defense was the problem with the Falcons. They had to win that last game of the year against the Panthers, and they scored 40-something points against the Falcons. They couldn't get a stop. So I think if defensively they can fix something. Got a new D coordinator this year. The guy whose son prank called Shedeur Sanders during the draft.
I've heard good damn.
Yeah, we got
awkward.
Him,
yeah.
New defensive coordinator. So I don't know. I think I'm excited about the Falcons, but I think like all of us are excited this time of year about our teams. Like this is one of the things the NFL.
I'm excited to watch Cam Ward.
Yeah, but you have something to be excited about.
I have something to be excited about.
The NFL's done a good job of this parity where all the teams that aren't one of the top 10 teams, like, who knows? It's the NFL. You can make a run. You never know, right? It's always. I mean, the Falcons are in a crappy division too, so maybe they can make a run in the NFC South. I don't know.
You know, it's kind of funny. The NFC South used to just be, it was the narrative surrounding that division was just it's a different team that wins it every year, and that's just not the case anymore. Tampa Bay's won it the past 4 years. So they've kind of had control of that thing, and I think that it gets forgotten because the division's never good, and so they always like sneak in. They never just dominate the thing. But it's been Tampa Bay's division, the past 4 seasons. So we'll see what happens if it goes back to what it used to be.
The Athletic has last on there going into camp.
I'm gonna say. Wait, let me guess some of these.
See if you can guess your bottom 3.
Okay, number 1's the Eagles.
Let's see.
Number 1's the Eagles.
Eagles done.
2, I'll just say the Chiefs.
Ravens.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 3, the Chiefs.
No.
3, the Lions.
No.
3 is the... man, this is tough.
They just signed... they added Joey Bosa.
Oh, the Chargers.
No. The Bills.
Buffalo.
Bills.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
You're good.
Okay.
Chiefs are 4.
And 5 is the Lions.
Packers. Commanders 6, Lions 7, because they've lost all the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
That's right. They did lose their staff.
Who else they lose? Edge rusher, Zadarius Smith, the center, the cornerback, the guard. I just saw their nose tackles now out for the season too. Like they've had a lot of guys go down.
Bottom of the league.
Bottom 3. See if
bottom 3. The Jets have to be close to the bottom.
Yeah, I can't remember. I saw them down here. Let me see. The Jets are 26 out of 32.
Okay, the Browns.
Browns are last.
Yeah, Browns are
32.
always going to be dead last. I mean, it's the Browns, right? Yeah. Until something changes like that, you just see it with your own eyes on the field. Yeah, it's the Browns. Okay, where are the Titans? I'll say Titans are 21.
31.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, I have no expectations. I don't.
Apparently you do.
No, I'm just excited to see. I'm just excited to see Cam. Like I hope that he looks the part and is in contention for rookie of the year towards the end of the season. That's
Falcons
what I'm hoping for.
Are 24th in the NFC South. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16, Falcons 24, and then below the Falcons, the Panthers 28, New Orleans Saints 29.
I heard
what a crappy division.
On the ESPN radio morning show, I heard Chris Canty say, "Watch out for the Panthers." He was like, he thinks the Panthers are underrated this season.
Like I said, the last game of the year last year was against the Falcons. And they beat the Falcons, and Bryce Young was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
They were just scoring points. They couldn't stop the Falcons. So maybe defensively they figure some stuff out. But like they were, I don't know.
I don't think they'll be the worst team in the league. Yeah,
since he got benched, and came back, he's been really good. So
okay,
interesting. Number 3.
Number 3.
There's not a lot of sports on right now, so I was.
You're telling me.
Yeah, I was not locked into the Falcons. I mean, not Falcons, the Braves last night, and I was thinking about this. Like, as a sports fan, you just want to be able to root for a magical player. That's what you hope from Cam Ward, right? You just hope he's like...
Yeah, I want him to be rookie of the year. Yeah.
And you want him to do things you don't think you're going to see from an athlete. Like, we get to see with Ja, right? I told someone, the best thing about Ja is, man, I've watched so much basketball in my life. Ja does something every single game I've never seen before. It's the best way to put it.
Yes.
Ronald Acuna is the same way. And as a Braves fan, the other night he had that throw. I saw you and GP talk about it a lot.
Yeah, we played that yesterday.
The throw from right field where he flat-footed, gunned the dude out at third base. I was watching that game, and I yelled, "Oh, my God." And my son ran downstairs. He's like, "What?" And I was like, watch this. Like this. Last night, he's on first base. Base hit up the middle. He scores from first.
Crazy.
And the third base coach is given the full
I think
stop.
we have. Kyra, do we have that video?
Yeah. Watch the third base coach, Freddie Gonzalez, standing there when he comes around third. The guy has both arms up in the air.
Parrish is like, oh, no. Yeah.
Safe! What base running from Acuna?
Crazy.
Yeah, Freddie Gonzalez gave him the stop sign, and he just stands there like this, and Acuna zooms by, and he's just standing there with his arms up, and Acuna goes in head first, and
crazy.
Like that stuff's amazing. I love getting to watch that. And
it was a good night in baseball. I mean, you had Ohtani last night too, pitching and hitting.
Yeah.
I think it's his.
Did you see the Philly? We didn't give her this. The Phillies Red Sox game last night. It ended on a walk-off catcher interference.
Oh yeah.
Like what in the world?
Kyra, if you've got the Ohtani video, let's play that too.
Superman hitting the ball in the air.
Joey gave up a home run in the top of the first, and then comes up at the bottom of the first and hits a home run, which is nuts.
I've been betting Ohtani home runs every day.
Like his translator?
Exactly. And hang on, I'm pulling it up right now. No, I need recent games hitting. Yeah, he's hit a home run in 3 straight games. Crazy. Dude's unbelievable. Yeah, that was wild last night. Now Acuna's amazing. We showed the picture yesterday of the cleats that Ja got for him.
Yeah.
I like that relationship. I hope we get Acuna at some games this year.
Acuna,
I like that they're buddies.
A couple years ago at spring training, like 3 years ago, Acuna showed up one day wearing a Ja jersey. And that was when I kind of knew, there's something here. And then this season, Acuna missed the first month of the season, month and a half, coming back. He tore his ACL a year ago, which is crazy that he's doing this stuff now. But he came back, and the first game, first pitch, he sees he hits a home run, and he does the Ja grenade thing.
Yep.
And he's been doing that all year. So there's become this mutual admiration thing. And we could talk about Ja now and the Ja threes, since we're talking shoes.
Number 4.
And the Ja 3s aren't officially released until August, I believe, August 20-something. But Ja's in New York, EYBL is happening, and it was in Augusta. That's where Gary was, right?
Yeah.
And
I told GP to go to, he was like, I don't know.
some.
I was like, dude, there's like exclusive, the exclusive Peach Jam Ja 3s. Yeah. And he was like, well, I don't see him here. I was like, I think you got to go to Foot Locker. I'm pretty sure that it was at all the Augusta Foot Lockers.
When they had EYBL here
at
the Memphis Sports and Event Center, in the corner of it, they had a pop-up store. and the people working there were wearing like Foot Locker referee jerseys.
I gotcha.
But it was in the gym. And I tried to, they had the Kool-Aid ones there it was the Jaw 2s.
Yep.
But they had the Kool-Aid ones, and I tried to go over there and go in the store. I also do the Sneak Fest show here, so I'm into that. I tried to go in there, and they were like, no, we're sold out. We don't have any. This was like the second night of it or first night of it. So I think the ones in Augusta sold out also from what I saw.
I gotcha. That's why you couldn't find
They did the Peach Jam ones. They also had some other colorways. And you know, Ja got tired last year of people leaking the different colorways, and he said, I'm going to leak them myself. So he started putting out different shoes. Look at those ones in the
Grizzly
back.
ones are crazy.
Those are the reverse scratch. I think he didn't provide a lot of context to this. He was doing a photo shoot. I can report off the record for Slam Magazine, and I think it's for their, they do a Kicks issue every summer.
Yeah.
It's for that. So the ones in the front are the ones that are going to come out first. Those are the first ones we saw. He wore those in the playoffs last year against Oklahoma City.
Remember that? Yep.
Do we have other stuff? And then some Air Force One collabs. With the first ones have his logo all over it. The ones in the back are crazy.
Ones in the back are awesome.
Denim with like the
those
scratch
are gonna
through
go
has
crazy.
the logo.
Yeah,
And look at the big laces on them, like the puffy laces.
Yeah, I think those are going to be hard to get your hands on.
I think so too.
Yeah, those are awesome. Now I think the 3s, man, are the best ones yet for sure.
It's crazy because there you go. It's crazy. Those are the New York versus New York ones. We haven't seen in person the shoes yet, really. I mean, there are a couple of people started posting them from Peach Jam. That's the first time, other than Ja wearing them, that we've seen them.
Yep.
And so no one really knows how they're going to play, what they're going to feel like. It kind of feels to me like Puma has LaMelo Ball, right? And they've been doing all these crazy sneakers. I have a son who's 12 years old. All his friends love the Puma shoes. Like the kids think they
LaMelo shoes?
Yeah. All those kids love them because they're wild colors and different things. And I feel like that's kind of where Nike's going with these Ja 3s. There have been lots of different colorways we've seen, different things, the graffiti on some of them, the color, the pink. There's another one that I forgot who wore them. Sonia Citron wore them in the WNBA All-Star game last week.
Yeah.
They were red and had flames. Like there's a bunch of different stuff that I think they're trying to get at.
If you could get your hands on one.
I don't care.
You don't care?
I'll take any of them.
You take any? I like those Grizzlies ones.
I do too.
I think those are the best ones.
I've never had any of the scratch ones he's done. He's done a couple of colorways from the 1s and the 2s that were Grizzly colors.
I snagged a pair of the 2s.
The teal ones?
The scratch,
Yeah. Yeah, my son has a pair.
Yeah, I got a pair of those. I hadn't worn them yet. I'm just kind of like hanging on to them.
Nice. That's nice. Roser has the ones, the white ones that came out, I believe.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think those are cool. But I also wonder, like, this might just be the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is August, and we're seeing all these colorways. Like, who knows by the time the playoffs come around next year, what,
Good point.
like, we might see. Because remember last year, he would wear different player edition colorways every single game, the 2. So we might get a dozen different PEs also from Ja.
And so, because he was you said this was from New York where all this stuff, and so now he's going overseas, right? He's going to
He's
Tokyo?
to Japan or somewhere.
Yeah.
He said he was going to link up with Yuki. Shout out Yuki.
Oh, man.
Chicago Bulls two-way.
They like Yuki in Chicago, man. They're excited about Yuki. I've seen him posting a ton. Yeah. We miss Yuki. Yeah.
He's fun.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. Good stuff.
Number 5.
Number 5.
R.I.P. Theo Huxtable. Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed away yesterday?
Yeah, man. That was sad news.
In Costa Rica in a swimming accident. But yeah, I think I grew up watching The Cosby Show. And I think for a lot of us who grew up watching The Cosby Show, I didn't have a brother. Theo Huxtable was like the brother you wanted. You know, like
Good
a cool older brother. And you got to see him grow up on TV, from that. I was watching the clips. People were posting clips on Twitter last night. And there was the one from the very first episode where he talks to his dad about growing up and money, and they use Monopoly money. And the dad's like, well, you want to live in New York City? It's going to cost $400. And Theo's like, I'll live in Jersey. And he takes 2 back. But there were so many different times where we saw Theo go through different things in life. And I think a lot of people, you just kind of felt like you knew him, even though none of us actually did. But R.I.P. to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who 55 years old.
Yeah, so I'm looking at like just where the Cosby Show falls among like all the great sitcoms of all time. Like it was one of those shows like where I think first off, it like had the rejuvenation, right, of it was on network TV, and then when cable became such a huge thing when we were kids, it got replayed everywhere, right? And so it's just one of those shows that I feel like everyone can name at least a handful of episodes of The Cosby Show, right?
But in everyone's top 3, that Gordon Gartrell episode's got to be in there.
Got to be at the top.
Where Denise made him the shirt. And
yeah.
it was awful, and she's like, maybe tuck it in. And he's like, it's tucked into my socks. Like, I can remember a line verbatim some of those shows. The weird thing about The Cosby Show clearly is now, like, in retrospect, there's this weird
cloud hanging over it,
like,
right?
You can't watch it without seeing Bill Cosby on there, and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. But Theo was always so cool and so good on there. Remember his best friend's name on there?
No.
Cockroach.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't watch The Cosby Show religiously.
I think that was, I don't know, I might be wrong. But someone said shout out to Malcolm and Eddie also. Other stuff he did.
I remember watching a ton. What was, God, why can't I think of what it was called that had like Family Matters and Full House? What was the name of the
UPN?
No, but the name of
it's like Friday Night or whatever.
Yeah, why can't I think of it?
It was the ABC
Friday night. Somebody
family.
in the chat help me. What the hell was the name of that?
Well, Thursday night was Must See TV.
Thursday night was Must See TV
started
on
out with
NBC.
Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers. It eventually became Friends, Seinfeld, whatever else.
Yeah, it was. God, what was it? It was like ABC Friday nights.
Family.
Friday night.
I'm looking at it too.
Friday night.
TGIF.
TGIF. My God.
Family Matters.
Yes.
Boy
Family
Meets
Matters,
World.
Full House, Boy Meets World, Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Perfect Strangers.
Step by Step. What else was on
the
there?
Dinosaurs show?
Oh, yeah. The dinosaurs were on there. We watched that. That's on. They have like all those on Disney Plus now. My kid likes it.
The dinosaurs one?
Yeah.
Huh. I've never
Remember the
watched
baby?
It. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the mama?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch was on
Yeah,
there?
that was like later. I'm
Talking
talking
Cat.
about like the original. I'm talking about the original TGIF. Man, TGIF, that was appointment television. And then and then you cap it off with Are You Afraid of the Dark on Snick later on in the night. Yeah, that was good stuff.
That's what got you into horror movies, right?
I would say actually, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Probably yes. One of the that was probably laying the groundwork. That and like Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that laid the groundwork for sure.
Do we got to take one more break?
Yes, let's
All
take
right,
a break
we'll
and come
take
back
one
and
more
wrap
break,
it
get
up.
back here, get you out of here with the carry out. You're watching the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Welcome back to the Gary Parrish Show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker, Bennett Doyle, Kyra, we're trying to get you out of here and get you ready. Chris Vernon's waiting in the wings. He's going to come in here at 12 o'clock and be with you for the rest of the day. And then we got Sneak Fest later with me and Sherm and Adam and Jerry and Bennett and everyone else.
I will be in attendance for Sneak Fest as well. Yes, let's go.
Bennett will be here to give a thumbs up to all the blue shoes that we see.
My favorite segment of the week.
Love the blue shoes.
Yes.
Let's get through some stuff and get the GP's carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we learn today?
Well,
we learned $250 million isn't enough sometimes.
Which is surprising. I would think so $250 million would be enough for anything. I think that could, $250 million, you could buy your way into almost anything for that much money. That is kind of surprising.
There's probably a shorter list of what you can't buy for $250 million than what you can buy.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. So Memphis, obviously, as you know by now, made an offer to try to get into the Big 12, and it was reported yesterday that in the most lucrative membership proposal in college sports history, Memphis made a $200 million offer to enter the Big 12, but for now does not have enough support, but potentially sets a standard for all future conference expansion.
Well, it tells you how much you have to, what's not enough.
Where's the starting point?
For the Big 12. It tells you if you're going to bid, make sure it's more than that. So.
No, I mean, listen, yesterday, we talked about it a lot in the open. Yeah, yesterday sucked. I hated everything about it just because I hate seeing like the school that I love get clowned nationally. I wish that the, report would have never seen the light of day. But it is what it is.
It's going to get out.
And I know it is. But I'm just glad that they are trying and they're not sitting by idly, like just watching this thing go in a direction that we all assume that it's going without trying to do something about it. And it appears they're still trying to do something about it. So I appreciate that. And I hope that one day we're talking about Memphis being in. One day I hope we're talking about Memphis being in a league that the city and the fan base can be proud of. That's all I'll say on that. Yeah.
What's today's biggest game?
All right, dude. It's
the tumbleweed.
This is pick your poison season. So we could go MLB, we could go WNBA. Those are like the two big leagues playing tonight.
Let's go
but
soccer. Come on.
You want to go soccer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's go to the UEFA Women's European Championship, the semifinal today, 2:00 on Fox. We're doing this on Fox.
It's on big time, big Fox.
And it's
network.
big brands. England versus Italy in the semifinal. Tomorrow we'll have Spain, Germany to determine who's going to play in the final. But today, England versus Italy, and England is favored at minus 155. I believe they had a draw in their last game.
So England was down 2-0 to Sweden at halftime. Came back, tied it, and sent it to overtime.
And won on penalties.
Kicks.
And then Italy handled Norway in their game.
I believe so.
I
think Italy's their last 7 games they've lost once, something like that. So it's all wins and ties.
England
also has a teenager who's like been incredible on their team.
So you got the real goods here.
Barely.
Okay.
Because tomorrow's the other semifinal. This one's today. There's another one tomorrow.
Right, Germany and Spain.
Spain, yeah.
Okay, so my expert analysis, as someone who has been to England but never to Italy, I'm going to go with England, the favorites to win and advance to the final.
I've been to both. I'll take Italy just for the
for the competition.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Now, you said England has the teenager?
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Go England.
What are we watching on TV?
I'm not going to be watching a lot of TV tonight. I'm going to see The Wiz tonight at the Orpheum.
Nice.
Opening night tonight of The Wiz. They're going to be
That's
here all week. Huge Broadway show coming to town. And if you want to get tickets to this, I was shocked, dude. Like, you know what? I mean, it's a big show, right? But they're here. I think there's like maybe 7 or 8 shows this week here in town. If you want tickets, you better get tickets because those things there's not a ton left. Yeah, sure. if you want to go see The Wiz at the Orpheum, you better get your tickets now because it's selling pretty well.
Didn't Quincy Jones do the music for The Wiz?
Yes,
I think
the
he did,
movie.
Yeah.
I loved the movie as a kid. Yeah,
it's a
Michael
great movie.
Jackson. Yeah, I loved it as a kid.
So I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks. My wife has to go for work, and my son and I are just going to tag along. The Sphere in Vegas is showing The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I've seen clips of people posting clips of it.
And
it looks pretty cool.
Do you know how much the tickets are for it? The worst tickets are $200.
That's not that surprising. That is not that
Is
surprising.
it worth it, do you think?
Well, I wanted to go see the Dead and Company at the Sphere, and they played 1 million shows there. The cheapest ticket was like $480.
Yeah.
And the worst seat in the house.
Well, while
right?
we're there, the Eagles are also there, like at night. Like they show Wizard of Oz during the day, and then the Eagles
And
do
the
a
Eagles
concert
do
at
their
night.
residency, yeah.
And the Eagles tickets are like $1,000. So
Yeah.
crazy.
I've seen the Eagles before. Actually, right over here in this building.
That's amazing.
It was okay.
I'd like to go just so you can say I saw the Eagles, right? At some
Yeah,
point.
I guess
mean,
I can say that.
You can.
I'm not the biggest.
Would you pay $200 for Wizard of Oz?
I don't know.
Do you like the
I've
Wiz
got the Blu-ray, man. I don't know. I got the Blu-ray and my TV's big enough. I'll just sit close to it.
Put on Pink Floyd.
$200. I've done that before.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, who hasn't?
hasn't?
In college, like, come on.
Yeah.
$200 to see a movie is steep.
And
I
that's the
know
worst
it's at
seat.
the Sphere.
You
I
can
know
sit
it's at
closer
the
and
Sphere.
it's like $400.
And to be fair, the videos that I've seen, it looks really
looks
cool.
cool.
It looks really cool. I don't know if I'm paying that kind of money for that.
They
though.
also have like some movie they show there that's like, here's what the Sphere can do. That Darren Aronofsky directed, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's like $100 or $50 or something. And it's like, 20 minutes or something. It's shorter.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the move. I want to go see something there.
I have to go to the Sphere at some point in my life. I have to go to Vegas. I've never been to Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got all this, and I'll be 39 this year. I'll be 40 next year. And I have all these like bucket list things that I want to do, and I'm running out of time. Like I'm running out of
It's a
time.
bucket list.
Yeah, I'm running out of time before I can cross all these things off. Vegas is one of them.
It's cool. I went 10 years in a row for Summer League.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
other
everyone
jobs.
here besides me goes to
Well,
Vegas
now
every year. I
I
get
don't go
it. It's
now.
fine.
Now
Yeah.
I don't go.
Okay.
I don't want to go now for a week and it's 120 degrees.
I'd like to go check
Go
it
next
out.
year. We're gonna get you next year. You and I'll go.
But if you're not going to the Wiz at the Orpheum tonight, like me,
What's on TV?
You got Fever versus Liberty on ESPN. No Caitlin Clark tonight, but still, that's a pretty premier game. WNBA tonight on ESPN. Red Sox at Phillies on TBS. Well, you mentioned horror movies earlier. I have watched 2 recently that are available on streaming. One was really good. It was Heretic. Have you heard of this movie with Hugh Grant?
Yeah. He's like a priest or something.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like. It's more of like a thriller. It's more of like a thriller kind of movie. That was good. And then one that was not great. I watched Wolfman on Peacock. This is like the.
That's like such a mid name. It's Wolfman.
It's the Wolfman. It was not. It was not great. It was not great. It's on Peacock. If I guess it's if you just want to like throw something on. If you're into horror movies and just want to like throw something, it's fine. I just
watched
it
Teen
went
Wolf.
great.
If I wanted to watch a movie about lycanthropy and people becoming wolves, I would.
Yeah, but it's not scary.
No.
Teen Wolf ain't scary.
Is Wolfman scary?
No.
Well, there you
I
go.
mean, it's supposed to be. It didn't scare me.
Yeah.
If you're gonna watch a movie about like the what's the best Wolfman movie besides like the original Universal
Abbott and
Monsters?
Costello and the Wolfman or one of those.
Probably say American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Maybe go with that one instead of the new Wolfman. I didn't love it.
What's the best thing we've read?
So I read a story this morning in The Athletic about there's been a lot of talk this weekend about the WNBA and the labor issues there and the players that have this CBA coming up. Baseball's got one coming up too. So Rob Manfred, the president of Major League Baseball, is starting to kind of make these public overtures toward a salary cap in baseball. And they don't have a salary cap in baseball. There's penalties and stuff, but they don't have a salary cap. Rob Manfred has started to kind of push this thing about a salary cap. He has put together I'm trying to say, the clout of highly respected retired big leaguers. He has a thing called the Commissioner's Ambassador Program.
Okay.
And he has all these former players that he's put on the payroll that he's kind of using to try to like turn the public tide toward a salary cap in baseball. Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, CC Sabathia, Dylan Betances, like all these random dudes. Prince Fielder, Andrew Jones, Dexter Fowler, Kenny Lofton, Gary Sheffield, that are part of the CAP. And apparently one of them, I think it was Dexter Fowler, was on one of the MLB shows with AJ Pierzynski, and Pierzynski like pushed him on it and was like, as a former player, whose side are you on? You work for the commissioner. So then on Rob's giving you his side, the union has a different side. He said, we're on baseball's side. He said, I understand that, but there's two sides to it. Fowler said, I don't think you have to pick a side. So this is like, we're still a year or two out, I think, from the baseball CBA, but it sounds like it's starting to get a little contentious. Tony Clark's come out, like the head of the player union, and talks about we don't want a salary cap. I don't know what's going to happen with this thing, but it's starting to, I think this is like the groundwork for a year or two from now, what might happen with this. But it's an interesting story. I didn't even know this is going on.
Yeah, I saw yesterday that I think one of the quotes from Manfred was that we can't sustain like the direction that this is going. Like it's just not going to work.
Because look at what the Dodgers are doing,
right?
Versus what the Pirates and the A's and the White Sox, who don't spend any money. The Rockies,
and the Orioles, yeah.
They'll spend some.
At least a
not like those teams.
Not like those teams, right? All right.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, we'll talk about sports. We'll talk about life. We'll talk about entertainment. We'll talk about the topics of the day.
Maybe.
Who knows? We don't know.
Talk about day one of training camps.
Yeah, NFL training camps are underway. There'll be some baseball. There'll be some WNBA to go under. We'll recap that huge England-Italy game from today.
Yeah.
And we'll get into whatever else we get into.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys tapping in with us today. I just heard Tony Allen come in, so he's here. Chris Vernon show is going to get going in just a little bit here on Grind City Media. So for Ben and for Kai Ramling Whitaker, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the Gary Parrish Show.